I don't even know how to start this video. I really don't. Just fix this. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. First and foremost, I want to introduce myself. My name is Aivni. I want to start off by talking about 2023. So if you know me, you know that I just had a beautiful baby girl a little over 5 months ago. Motherhood is very, very bittersweet. 2023, I met the happiest and the saddest version of myself. A month postpartum, I started feeling baby blues. Now, it's different for everyone, but if you don't know what baby blues is, it's just a period of time where you just go through an overwhelming load of emotions. It just makes you sad during postpartum. A lot of the times, baby blues don't last that long. But for me, I feel like my baby blues turned into a depression because I was already dealing with depression previous to my pregnancy. So a lot of that tied in together. And I wanted to come on here and share tips and things that kept me sane during pregnancy and postpartum depression. Okay, tip number one is feel your feelings, feel your emotions. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. It's okay to have an ugly cry session. It's okay to binge your favorite TV show. It's okay to cry. Cry if you need to, talk to someone if you need to, write it down if you need to, because I know I did. So feel your feelings, but don't stay there. Don't stay in that state of mind where you're constantly having self-doubt. You're constantly putting yourself down over things that absolutely does not define who you are. But tip number two, a positive mindset and reminders. Having a positive mindset was crucial to me at the beginning, but I slowly got used to it. Instead of saying, oh, I have to get up and do this laundry, it's no, I get to do my laundry, so I get to have clean clothes, so I get to look put together. I get to wake up to have another day. I constantly have to remind myself that I am enough. I am enough for me. I am enough for my baby. I am doing more than enough, and I am capable. And that goes into tip number three, building a routine. I haven't been the best at working out, even though I want to, even though I want to, get back into fitness, weightlifting. I want to look good. I found that when I built a routine, I kept my mind off of things that weren't so pleasant. It made me realize that a lot of the times I needed to keep myself busy. I found personally that when I had a routine for myself previous to my pregnancy, that I was just always, in a positive mindset. I was just always on the go. I had goals for myself. I reached most of those goals by the end of 2022. And then also into 2023, I worked up until I felt like I needed to not work anymore and focus more on the baby and preparing for the baby to be here. But after the baby came, it was hard for the first month to like a month and a half because newborns, they're getting used to their environment. And it's hard for us to sleep, especially if you're breastfeeding. It's hard for me to sleep. It was hard for me to remind myself to eat. It was hard to stay hydrated, for sure. Because breastfeeding takes a lot out of a person. But I'm just now to the point where I have a regular routine going, and I feel like I can set goals again. I feel like I can achieve those goals, reach those goals. Um, so building a routine is definitely good. It's definitely a good thing for your mental health. Um, Clarify your mind, and it helps you see, like, have an open mind to where you've been, where you're going, and where you want to be. Um, so with that being said, tip number 4 is to stay active. I don't care what you have to do, because during building your routine, girl, it kept me active. And I mean, not just working out, not just not just you don't staying active doesn't necessarily mean you have to work out. It just means you're up, you're moving, you're doing things. Like, I don't know, when I was building a routine, I was cleaning. I was making sure that everything was where it needed to be or how I wanted it to be, especially for the baby. And then also, deep cleaning is like, I don't know. For me, it's weird. I don't know if anybody feels the same way, but for me, it just cleared up my mind. It just cleared up my subconscious. It just made me more aware of my surrounding. And especially when you start cleaning, it's like you didn't know that that spot was dirty, but it's dirty. It's been dirty. You've been letting it sit there. And like I mentioned before, I'm just now getting to the point where I have a routine. With that, we're gonna move on to tip number 5, okay? Tip number 5 is cook more at home. A home cooked meal, and stay hydrated. I definitely got sidetracked. I don't know where my brain went, but a home cooked meal is definitely a good go to. For me personally, a lot of my depression that I dealt with before my pregnancy um, had a lot to do with losing my mom and grieving for her still. But a home cooked meal always reminded me of my mom, because most of the time I would cook things that she used to cook for me. Um, but in general, it's good for your physical health as well. Eating healthy, to be honest, is good for you. Like I mentioned before, I did eat a pretty balanced, I wouldn't say super healthy, but like balanced meal before I got pregnant, and I was also weightlifting and working out. So that just kind of tied in everything together. It just makes me feel better physically, in my body physically. And then there were a lot of things that I stopped during pregnancy, obviously drinking alcohol. So that was one of the things that definitely helped out. I don't know, mental health like really blew up after the pandemic, because teenage me, could never. She could never. Because the older that I get, I realize that my mental, my physical, my financial, and my personal relationships, they're a priority. My peace of mind is priority. Peace is a luxury, in case no one ever told you. Having peace, best investment ever into myself. And it took a lot of cutting ties with people. It took a lot of outgrowing people, and that's okay. I did that. And then I realized that a lot of people that I outgrew, a lot of people that I cut ties with, I was only beneficial to them. I found happiness in the loneliest moments, like when I was alone. Like with all of these tips, I felt my feelings. I cried when I needed to, or when I felt like I needed to. I took a break and started doing like self care things. And then, like, a positive mindset. Like, I had to set reminders to motivate myself to do things, to stop procrastinating. Oh my gosh, I'm like a huge procrastinator. It kind of forced me into building a routine and staying active and cooking more at home, compared to like when I was in depression, I was just binge eating whatever, anything, everything that was like fast and quick, and I didn't have to take the time to myself. Everything that I talked about in 2023 or about 2023, I want to shift a lot of those things over to 2024. If you haven't heard of the stop, start, and continue method, let me tell you, it's gonna be life-changing. It's like you're reflecting on yourself. It's gonna change your mindset. It's gonna change the way that you're living. It's gonna change your life, just your life in general, your relationships that you have with other people. It's going to change that, and it's gonna do it for the better. Thank me later, okay? Thank me later. But 2024, these are habits that I want to stop, I want to start, or I want to continue doing. So 2024 habits that I want to stop. I want to stop eating unhealthy and processed foods. I was eating healthy before and during my pregnancy, but we all know pregnancy cravings, and we all know that if you've ever had gestational diabetes, girl, it is hard to not eat sweets. It is hard to not want a soda or a sweet tea. It's hard to just not eat fruits, because when I was pregnant, that was all I was craving, was fruits. I didn't care about anything else, fruits. So I pretty much ate one slice of bread or like half a bagel with a crap ton of protein and greens. And I'm not saying that it was like the crappiest diet, because it really wasn't. And then also I was already eating healthy previous to that. I was just having crazy cravings of ice cream and fruits, and I had to stay away from those. And it killed me like the last it killed me like the last 3 months of my pregnancy. But anyways, I want to stop eating unhealthy and processed foods. I want to stop drinking sodas, because after having baby girl, that Dr. Pepper hit different. And that sweet tea, I'm a Southern girl for sweet tea. Yeah. Self-doubt. A lot of the times I doubt myself. And I talk myself out of things. I'm like, oh, can I really do it? Yes, you can. And then overspending money on unnecessary things. Before I got pregnant, I was just spending my money because I was working 2 jobs, so I had like extra money to just play around with, and I would spend it on useless crap. Another thing is procrastinating. I will start on one thing, and then most of the time I won't finish it. So I don't want to procrastinate anymore. I don't want to like hold back on things that I feel like my creativity I can just let my creativity loose. And I don't do that a lot. I don't complete projects a lot because I think and feel that they're not good enough or no one's gonna look at them. So yeah, just don't procrastinate. Don't hold back on things. Last thing I want to stop doing is sleeping in or going to bed late. Yeah, it has been a struggle with baby girl for the last 5 months because babies go through regression. And if you know what regression is, this is a period of time where babies are like changing, or like they're about to learn something new. So they go through like sleep regression or just regression in general. Like, oh, I'll never get to sleep. I may never get to sleep again. No, girl. What is sleep when you're a mother? would sleep anymore. Like my sleep schedule is crazy. But those are the things that I want to stop doing in 2024. Habits that I want to start doing in 2024 is having a healthy workout routine where I stick to it. I have to stick to it, okay? I have to stick to this workout, especially if I want to have like a good mom bod, you know? I'm gonna stick to it. I'm really gonna, I don't know, I just have to find something that just clicks. But yes, a healthy workout routine. I want to start journaling again. Another thing that I want to start doing is no social media or limited screen time an hour before bed. Because a lot of the times we stay up because our eyeballs are glued to TikTok, or it's glued to, I don't know, scrolling through Instagram for no apparent reason. And then try to get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. That ties in with not sleeping in late, because when you sleep in late, you want to be up late. Okay, and then meal prep 2 to 3 times a week. I want to start meal prepping so that I have more time to do these things that I want to do. Deep cleaning, because my little family, this is flu season, it's just horrible already. Cleaning the space that, cleaning our bed, deep cleaning the bathroom especially, and then like just the house, just everything in the house in general, like cleaning and sanitizing. That's what I want to start doing, is just keep a routine in that. And last but not least, with the starting habits, I want to start dedicating 2 to 3 hours a week into a potential business. And I'm not going to talk about it yet because I don't know, I feel like if I talk about it too soon, it might not happen. I don't know, it's a superstition that I believe in. If you talk about it too early, it might not come true. So moving on, habits that I want to continue in 2024, things that I want to bring and keep it going throughout the years to come. Okay, so first things first, expressing my feelings and opinions. That's to my significant other, to anybody that I have a good relationship with. And I feel like it's not an issue. Here's another thing. And if expressing your feelings to people makes them feel like you're attacking them, no, step away. That is bad energy. We don't need that. Okay, so self-motivate. I want to continue to motivate myself to do things. Like I mentioned earlier, setting reminders, having a positive mindset, doing things that makes me feel good. And then also cook at home more often. I have never loved cooking as much as I have since I've been a stay-at-home mom. My mindset has changed. The way that I think about things have changed since I had baby girl. And I feel like my body is slowly just letting me know, like, hey, cook more at home because baby needs to eat healthy when baby's ready to eat. So yes, cooking more at home because I want to make a routine out of it. And then also self-care, at least 2 to 3 times a week. And I say 2 to 3 times a week because realistically, as moms, we don't know what sleep is. We don't know what time to ourselves is. We don't take time for ourselves. We don't give ourselves the credit that we need. Another thing I want to continue to do is read a book. I want to keep reading. I want to build and explore my horizons on different genres, because honestly, I'm a fangirl of mysteries and thrillers, and I love mysteries and thrillers, because it keeps you on your toes. But at the same time, I recently just picked up this book. It's by Vanessa Chan. I'll insert like a pop-up right here of the book. But yeah, it's amazing. It's something that I definitely wouldn't have picked up. I don't know. I just wasn't a girly that would like pick up a wartime zone type book or like love story. romance. I don't know. But I want to explore more genres. I want to read more books. Another thing I want to continue doing is budgeting, because your girl will overspend. I will overspend if I don't stop myself. So budgeting. And last thing I want to keep doing is asking for help. Like, I used to be a girly that was like, oh, I'm independent, I can do everything by myself, I don't need no man or nothing like that. But I've entered my soft era, and I'm in my soft mom era, and I don't care. Like, even if it means carrying in a gallon of water, I'm like, hey babe, can you grab that water? Or hey babe, can you help me carry something that I am completely capable of carrying? But I'll ask him, because a lot of the times I'm overwhelmed and I don't want to carry any extra weight, regardless if it's mental or physical. And I don't mean to be a burden on him, but that's where expressing my feelings come to play. Like, hey, I've been really overwhelmed, can you help me with this? Or there have been several nights where because I'm usually the person in the kitchen between me and my boyfriend, 9 out of 10 times it's me. But yeah, there have been a couple nights where I'm like, maybe I don't feel like cooking, can we order something? Or I'll be like, can we get pizza and Dr. Pepper? Which, oh my god, horrible for our diet. But I don't know, I love it. It's kind of like, can you just help me not overwork myself? Can you help me not overstimulate my brain? As I'm already doing enough for the baby too. And he does help out. So that just goes to say, like, it's okay to express your feelings. But yes, definitely asking for help, because I need it. So that concludes the video for today. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe below, so we can get more content out. And thank you so much for being here and supporting me in my very first video.